I particularly love Madlib.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what about Madlib? If you can put it into words that you feel like you, to me, he's like, I think for the longest time, and I might still feel this way, is like my favorite, at least alternative hip hop producer, if not just like, he's such a creative genius in terms of he's this kind of experimental where like he goes real far with the experimental, and sometimes it's not creating that feeling of like that way that music kind of invades you and you kind of bob your head to it, particularly like with hip hop.
Yeah.
Like you kind of can't help but bob your head. And I feel like he takes the biggest risks in terms of making something that's so experimental it loses that essence. But I think oftentimes he's able to strike that balance where it's like going as far experimental as you can while keeping that.
Yeah.
To me, that's what I feel like he does the best. But
I would say kind of on that same note, maybe like a little bit further, I think he knows, it's like him and like a handful of other people that know exactly how much sauce to put into a beat. Like,
yeah.
I think like, he knows exactly like when to put in some drums, when not to put in some drums, which is sometimes a lot more important.
Yeah.
And like, in like knowing exactly which pieces to take from like a sample to make it like, hit not only like his own, but also like, the best possible. Like once Madlib touches something, it's, that's it.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to touch that sample, like really, because like he did the best you probably could with it.
Right. Do you have a favorite Madlib produced project, or is it like hard for you to pick one?
Probably as far as like produced project, probably Bandana. I think
Yeah.
that's like a masterpiece. It's truly like what him and Freddie Gibbs did is like that's some masterwork.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I still like most of his beat tapes are really cool. The like history of the Loop Digga joints from like the Medicine Show,
Yeah.
like all those beats are fucking so ill. But I think like with Madlib, we haven't even heard his best shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've definitely
what I
heard him
mean?
in interviews where he's like, "Oh, I've released less than fucking like 90% of my work, and I'm gonna have my son burn it when I die."
Yeah, well, because he said in one interview that he's like, every album that I sample, I make a beat from every song, and it's like, what?
Wow.
And he has thousands of records.
Yeah.
So there's like thousands upon thousands of beats out there, at least just beats, not even like projects. And it's like, fuck. Like he said, he has like whole like Stevie Wonder like beat tapes and like Prince beat tapes that he made just for himself. Yeah. It's like, fuck. I'd love to hear that.
Yeah. I would really. I mean, I know that he's basically got Madvillainy too. I really hope that he ends up putting that out. And you've heard about the project he did with Mac Miller. Mm-hmm. I would also love to, and it would be such an incredible release, both of those things, because both of them are dead. Mm-hmm. So it's like people would love it, but he kind of has this little bit of like MF Doom like villain thing where he knows it's like, yeah, people want it, I'm not going to give it to him.
Well, and I think he might also like be trepidatious about it just because they're like not here to sign off on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think he's like, a very honorable dude and was like, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, and he just like, I think he just like MF Doom in a lot of ways is like, yo, I've given y'all a lot of music. Like, y'all don't need all this shit.
Yeah.
Because it truly is like therapy for him. Like that's just what he does. It's like to make money is whatever, but
yeah. I also too feel like, especially hearing him talk about making a sequel to Madvillainy even before Doom died, that there is like this pressure he doesn't want to even contend with, where it's like, y'all are just expecting this thing that it's going to be impossible to please you with. So I'm again, like I would really love to hear more collaboration for those two, because to me, I think Madvillainy is my all-time like favorite hip-hop collaboration. Like to me, Madlib's my all-time favorite producer, and Doom is my all-time favorite MC. So the two of them to come together like that is just like such a beautiful, unique, interesting project.
Oh yeah, that shit, and it has great staying power. Like you can find new shit in that, like listening to it now, or like, as opposed to when you first heard it, whenever, and it's like, fuck man, this shit is so dense.